Hey, howdy, hey, Trainwreck, how are you today? I am the glorious Trainwreck Mom, and today is it's World Mental Health Day. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, it's kind of important for me. See, I have depression and anxiety, and that winds up, well, that gives you a whole bunch of, oh my gosh moments. I have social anxiety, which I'm sure by watching these videos, you're probably sitting there going, there's absolutely no way. Keep in mind, I'm not talking to people, I'm talking to a camera, that little camera right there. And that little camera is a whole lot easier for me to talk to than real live actual human beings most days. I think that's part of the reason that I work with kids is because they're not like adults. They're okay if you're a little goofy. They're okay if you're a little weird. And they really don't judge you for, a whole lot. So, if you don't like Elmo, maybe they won't like you. But for the most part, kids are fairly okay, in my opinion. That's probably why I choose to work with them instead of actual adults. The adults that I do work with, I think if they saw this, they would probably sit there and go, really? Introverted? Anxiety? No! But actually, I've taken several panic attacks at work. When I first started working, I'd been out of work for almost 4 years when I started working at the daycare that I'm at now. And the panic attacks were a daily thing. They finally started tapering off around summer of this year, I think. And I've been working there since December of last year, so that should tell you. But yeah, I mean, there were some times where I'd have daily panic attacks going into work. Throughout the day, they would happen. It was pretty terrible. Oh, hi, Puka. Puka says hi, guys. And that's a great thing about animals, too. They kind of know when you need them. And Puka is actually really good about that, too. I love that she'll know if you're not feeling good. She knows if, either if it's mentally or physically. So yeah, World Mental Health Day. There's a whole lot of stigma there's a whole lot of misconceptions about what it is too. A lot of people think, depression means that you only wear black and you sit in a corner and you cry. And no, it's different for everyone, guys. Anxiety is not, sitting and rocking and, worrying that the sky is going to fall down. These things are all different for everyone. My experiences are not the same as everyone else's, okay? My experiences are my experiences. Everyone has their own thing, For me, my depression means that I kind of lose color a little bit. Like, I don't see things right. And things that usually make me happy, I don't exactly feel sad. I just don't feel at all. I'm literally just existing. And that's what's more upsetting about it is I would rather feel sadness a little bit than not feel anything. Because it's the lack of feeling that worries me more. It's like, isn't that the whole point of being a human being is that feeling? And if you don't feel, are you still a human? And it's a little weird when you're trying to negotiate that and still trying to battle, he took my toy, or, I don't want to eat my waffle, or, 14 loads of laundry that need to be done. And you're basically just a shell. And you don't feel. I mean, it's just the weirdest thing. It's kind of like when your leg goes to sleep, but it's your entire mind and your body. And then there's the other side of that, which is the anxiety side. Wow, I didn't realize this was going to be this hard to talk about. The anxiety side of things, where you feel everything. And if you're slightly empathic as well, you're not just feeling you, you're feeling everyone. You're feeling the last person that touched you. You're feeling the last person you talked to. You're feeling the energy in the room, the vibe in the room. On top of that, you're trying to battle the voices in your head that are saying that, you know, people are talking about you. And, oh my God, did I upset my boss when I said this? Did I upset this parent when I told them that their kid just wasn't listening today? Did I upset that parent 10 years ago when I said this? How's that kid doing? I wonder if me leaving screwed that kid up. You know, stuff like that. That's my anxiety. My anxiety keeps me from driving. My anxiety keeps me from going into parking lots. I can't drive in a place where I know there will be a parking lot, especially if it's a smaller parking lot, because I'm afraid I'm going to hit a car. Because it happened one time. My anxiety keeps me from talking on the phone to people I don't know. My anxiety keeps me from complimenting people on shirts that they're wearing, or if they have great hair. Like, if they have a great hair color, and you guys know I'm a fan of the hair color. If I see someone with a great hair color, I have a really hard time. And I've talked about this when I was doing It Works. I had the hardest time doing that. Because we were supposed to hand out these coupons, these Blitz cards, and go up to random strangers and hand out these cards saying, hey, do you want to try a wrap? I puked several times. Almost puked on people. I nearly passed out. I was sick from it. And it bothered me so bad, thinking this is the most basic thing. To be able to go up to a human being and say hello. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't say hello. I couldn't say anything. I stutter. If I get really worked up, I stutter really bad. And in those broken parts of me, in those imperfections, is me. And I'm okay. There's a lot of people who aren't, though. If you know someone who has mental illness, anxiety, depression, bipolar, eating disorders, whatever, you know, don't make them feel like they're wrong. Don't make them feel like they're crazy. Don't exacerbate it at all. Ask them what they need. Usually we know, and we'll tell you, it's like, I just need a moment. I need a hug. I need to get out and have a couple breaths of fresh air. I need to call my mom. I can't even tell you how many times I've had a panic attack, and it's like I have to call every human being in my contact list to make sure they're okay. We know what we need. Sometimes we just need someone to ask. Because we don't want to say anything, because we don't want to inconvenience anyone. Because in the long run, we know it's all in our head. That's why it's a mental illness. These are the invisible illnesses. These are the things that nobody talks about because it's improper or impolite or whatever. But we need to talk about it because these things do exist. These problems do exist, and they do affect so many people. Not just the people that have them, but the people in their lives. And I am blessed with the wonderful people who are in my life, who have been dealing with me and my ups and my downs and my in-betweens. And I am truly happy and grateful to have every one of you on this journey with me. Oh my God, there I go again with those emotion things. Ugh, gross. I love you. I'm proud of you. You're worth your happy. Okay? If no one has said that to you today, I want you to rewind that and watch it over and over again until you start to believe it. And until you believe it, I will believe it for you. That you are beautiful. You are perfect the way you are. You are loved. And you deserve a happy ending. If you have a mental illness, or if someone else that you know does, and you think you need help, I'll put the link in the description. If you're on that fine line between I won't be here tomorrow kind of thing, I'll put that in the description too. Because we all need someone to talk to sometimes. And if you ever need to talk, hit me up in the comments. I try to respond to every comment. I will talk to you. I will talk to you, which is so weird because I don't talk to anyone. But if you need someone to talk to, I'm here, and there's so many other people that are here too. Okay? Now, I love yous. And that's all I've got for today, Trainwreck. So, all aboard. Boop, boop.